What is happening, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to do a lot of finishing touches on the Manco Deuce for Josh up in Arkansas. So today's video, we're going to do the brakes. We're going to get all the brake lines and the brake calipers all adjusted out for our new lines, and we're going to do the pedal setup. So make sure to check out the links in the video description. We have every single part that we used back in the day on this Deuce, as well as the new parts. We've done a full updated parts list. So if you like anything you see, make sure to check it out. There's a bunch of Go Power Sports links down there. And of course, these videos are sponsored by Go Power Sports. So a big thanks to them, fat cats down in Texas. Thank you for supporting us for all these years. And we hope you guys tell them that Redbeard sent you when you check out. So let's jump right into today's video and get that much closer to seeing this Deuce run. Alright, so on this Deuce, so a lot of the standard Deuces had mechanical disc brakes. And they don't work. They're pretty decent, actually. And this is the Super Deuces and stuff had these hydraulic race kart style brakes. So this is what you'd find on pretty much any race kart at a racetrack. The only downside to the way they did them was, for one, the master cylinder is not that strong to be stopping such a large vehicle, and it has this nylon brake line which swells under pressure. So what we's going to be doing, it has two brakes, one on each side behind each wheel. Because this is not a, locked rear end, it can spin one tire, so you need to, stop both axles. So we're going to be doing 3/16 hard lines. We're going to run them hard lines to a T, which will tee off at the, or actually, the hard line will run to this stainless braided line for the swing arm, so the swing arm can move. Then it'll go back to hard lines on the swing arm and tee off to each side using these brass 3/16 brake line tees. And so we have to adapt this. These are just pipe thread, 1/8 inch pipe thread. We're going to pull these 90s out and install 90s with pipe thread on one side, 3/16 brake line with the flare on the inside to kick it over, and then we'll install a standard one. So this one has to have a 90 because the rim is really close to it. This one can be a standard fitting, which we have here, which is 1/8 inch to 3/16 brake line. So I'm going to get all these swapped out on both sides, and then we can start putting our brakes on and running all of our brake lines. Okay, so brakes are finally done. So we did, good gosh, man, did a 3-to-1 ratio, and he can adjust that if it's like the brakes are touchier than he likes. We put a 3-hole gusset and ran. So this is all Go Power Sports 3/8 tie rods. We ran off the pedal to this little bracket, welded a 1/2 inch bolt to the frame, and then built this, and it pushes the master cylinder. So go ahead and work it, Braxton. Real simple. And that noise you're hearing is the threads on the tie rods. They'll wear themselves off. But yeah, so unreal, man. Be professional for one day of your life. But yeah, so we just got to weld out a few other things, and front end's done. Show them that steering, super smooth rack and pinion. Basically, it steers all the way until the tire almost hits the trailing arm. So now we have to, or it does hit the trailing arm. So we got to run the brake lines on the rear and mount the rear shock. So let's do it. Pump it up, pump it up. Alright, now let her down. Slowly but surely. Keep on going. And a little bit more. A little bit more. So I thought I had filmed making this panhard bar and these links, but I guess I didn't because I can't find the footage. But we basically took, the panhard bar used to be located here and then right there. So it was a super small panhard bar. We put these mounts out here with some 1/4 inch flat stock and braced them. Then I did one there, and it's braced up to the shock tower. It shouldn't interfere with anything during flexing. So this is the suspension squatted down halfway, and we got our panhard bar almost level, and that wider panhard bar will allow less movement side to side as the suspension goes through its travel. We can compare the old panhard bar to the new one. So we're probably about 8 inches longer, and so that'll be really nice. He has adjustment. It's fully adjustable, of course, and he can adjust his alignment if he has any problem. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the new spindles on. Both sides of this was bent. We got our brakes set up and our boots on our steering rack and everything. So now we got a spare deuce from the Deuce Man to use for parts, and we basically took the spindles off of it, gusset them with the Go Power Sports gusset. We can slap these on both sides. We did 2 new ones, and that'll get his camber right on the front, and we can put all of our tie rods on. So I'm gonna do next, pull these wheels off, pull the spindles off, and then get the whole front end buttoned up, and then we can run the brake lines once the rear rims and tires are back on. And boom, just like that, all the hard lines are done. So we have them daisy chained right there to a T that goes off to another T and goes to a stainless line. Does the same thing on this side over here. You know, probably not the prettiest brake lines you ever seen bent, but it's pretty dang good. It'll do with what tools I have. So we have the hard line running. There's a lot of dust in the floor. Right there, we're also going to put some fuel line around it so it protects it from like rubbing against any sharp edges. And it goes to the master cylinder. So everything's safe, out of harm's way, and now we can slap the engine on. And we did put diff oil in it as well. Okay. Oh yeah. Woo, woo doggy. Alright guys, so next video we will be driving this Deuce. It'll be the finale. We'll take it over to the property and rip We got to do some carb adjusting. I don't know if I'm going to leave the 34 millimeter round slide or put a 34 millimeter flat slide on it, but we'll get it all tuned up and running good. So stay tuned for next week where we see this thing rip. And we also got a V-twin lawnmower. People's been begging us to do a lawnmower for a long time, so we just picked up a Cub with an 18 horse Kohler Command on it. So we're going to see if it'll run, what's wrong with it, get it fixed up, and do some dumb stuff with that. So stay tuned. Make sure to check out those links in the video description. They do help us continue to do these videos. Hope everybody's being safe and staying busy during this weird time. I know this is crazy times we're going through. We'll talk about this to our grandkids one day, sitting on our porch looking over the fields. But hope everybody's being safe. Hope these videos are getting you through the time and maybe sparking some interest and building some stuff. So check out those links, and make sure to go to our website if you're ever curious about events we're having, and you can get Fat Daddy merch. We got new stuff coming as soon as this whole COVID stuff is over with. So stay tuned, guys. Thank you so much for supporting us. We love you, and God bless.